court date. We good? Yeah, we're good. Oh my, what's wrong? Nick. Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18? Just like me? Yeah, why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time, all by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm suspect in a murder trial. Again. Suspect in the murder trial again. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls? Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you to alone time. Cool, thank goodness. Nick. This way Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. Ah, what do you mean? What's going on? Right, he obviously, he's saying he's doing it to protect Pearls, but he just wants to stand next to Mia. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite the name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. Uh-huh. That's nice, Ms. Von Karma. Glad to see you in such good spirits today, Ms. Fey. That's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Now then, very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. This key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? But Miss Von Karma. Then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's Aunt Morgan Fey to the stand. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. I wonder if Morgan knows who's channeling Mia by looking at them. Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey. I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? Ah! I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is, Yes, that is. Oomph. You, be quiet. Now witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. Well, what? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order, order, order. Miss Fey, please testify this court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I'll try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. Maya's escape. After we heard gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. Then quite suddenly she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. That's convenient. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She's simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making a point to stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I request that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Yeah, why did she need both of us to go to one phone booth?
Hold it!
Was it really necessary to have two people do the same thing? It's so simple as call the police. There was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that's a very good point. At the time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another... Another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. P, you didn't come and see me before. Up. Sit. This good girl. Oh, nothing, no need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. There's another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? Ooh, she's not answering it. You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camerawoman may be in danger. That's what I thought to myself. Lies. Lies. That was very noble of you, Miss Fey. That's bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. You satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fey, please continue. Pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. She's in a daze. How could she strike her? During your investigation, you stated you struck the defendant on the head. And this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? That's even better than what I was thinking. I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. Okay then. But why would you lie about something like that? It's very painful for me to say this, however.
Objection!
The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. He was covering for Maya. So you were covering for the defendant. Yes, that's the person we're defending. Oh yes, it was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... Oh, this witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what was unexpected was, it was always later. Yeah, very well. What happened? And she quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped the room. She was unconscious though.
Hold it!
Is it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing, however, yes. You are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily.
Objection!
Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that the whole time the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However, with great strength, she hit me in the base of my neck and I faded for a short while. I don't know, I'm not... Maybe. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that.
Hold it!
Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? So while you're unconscious, you have absolutely no idea... It's not going to matter what we picked, was it? I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true... then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's not too bad. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back to bite us in the butt. Now let us take the next logical step and ask. Where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Nowhere. We know she didn't leave the chamber because Pearly was playing ball in the Winding Way for the entire time until we showed up. She left after we showed up later. Yes. That's exactly what she... Be quiet. You? Now then, what the escapee had done was she'd gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone. Who was it? The prosecution calls Miss Eenie Miney, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eenie Miney? Think you can see where this is headed. Witness name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, Eenie Miney. I'm, researching, parapsychology stuff at the, university. Okay, I still think this could potentially be Meanie Miney, but I don't think it matters. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's I guess most people call it occult stuff, even if that's what most people call it. I can't say that I understand what that means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Miney, after the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? I guess. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. I love all things good, Your Honor. Have some spine for my sake. After the murder. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. I was like, oh my god, totally my sister. Oh my god. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Oh, man. Hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really? Now, Your Honor, Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at the time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness' sister? Yes. Meanie Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, okay, this is... Witness? Like, yeah. In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Marnie, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Meanie. She took her revenge. You sure that's what she said? Yes. There. Are you satisfied, Your Honor? He's like, I still can't believe it. Can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. Yes. This testimony just now. Was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find the one loose thread and unwind the tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. When the challenge started, I was sleeping in the side room. Someone came in, I was like, oh my god, totally my sister. Like, hadn't seen her in like such a long time, I was happy in a sad way. There is no way... I mean, she's doing the occult stuff, but you still, I don't think anyone would be like, it's my sister. You're absolutely sure. I guess. You guess. Was it or was it not your sister who entered? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Another witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Hermione? Like, I hadn't seen her in like such a long time. I was happy in a sad way. What the? Crazy, hey. You were happy in a sad way. Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. Wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? But like, maybe if I was like someone who didn't know about like the occult? But, like, I know all about the Kurain channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister. That's a good point. Yeah, like what she said. I should drop this line of questioning. Nah. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to think anything was, like, strange. But... Ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase, objection? Could you try that, using that once in a while? Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister. Is it really that important? Yes. It's always yes. It is very important. But I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Nice work, Phoenix. Like, okay. I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all. I like her costume looked totally normal. So there was nothing odd about your sister's appearance. Not the fact that there was blood all over her costume. Like, yeah, nothing was like weird. Mia's talking to herself like she's found something wrong. That's impossible. Like, is everything okay? Can I, like, go on? My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Not scared at all. Like, her costume looked totally, like, normal. This one. Yep.
Objection!
That was a very well spun lie, Miss Eni. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah. And? I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. Here's a picture of the sister you met. I think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. Blood spray. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Order, Miss Miney, what's the meaning of this? She doesn't have a meaning. I'm thinking. Don't interrupt me. And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? Well, that witness. Her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry. I, didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony. If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. He's not going to help with that. After the murder, part 2. Like, the side room was, kind of dark, you know? So, the costume is, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, persuaded my sister that it wasn't, right to do something like that. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Even as a cleaner reason why you didn't notice the blood. You think? Oh, thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Never. Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. Side room was kind of dark? Maybe. Costume was purple, right? Blood totally blended in? Maybe. I persuaded my sister it wasn't. Right to do something like that? No, you didn't.
Hold it!
And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Money, at the time? Well, she was, totally flipped out, because she just shot Dr. Gray. I think, she knew. She, said she did something really bad. And, she said she wanted to go with me to, apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi Spirit really say all that to you? Yeah. And, I took my sister back to the channeling chamber. No, she didn't.
Hold it!
Is your sister calm by that time? I guess so. I guess maybe taking revenge on Dr. Gray made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better. She says with a whip at the ready. And Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know. Ask one more thing, Miss Marnie. Sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Nice, good one, Phoenix. Here we go. Something out of place, what do you mean? When you were going to the crime scene. When you're going to the channeling chamber, of course. No, nothing strange. That should rather quickly. Now what? Press harder, Phoenix. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? Oh, it's very important. I asked because it's very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. That's okay, Phoenix. I got you covered. Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. I don't know why, but okay. I, didn't see anyone on the way to, channeling chamber. Oh, I'm sorry, dear. You've activated my trap card.
Objection!
I finally found the fault, or I guess in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn. Urn? There are cracks. Do you see them? What does that prove?
Objection!
Who cares about some worn-out old urn? Yeah. I already, said I didn't see, anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. I didn't, totally say anything about, an urn, did I? Looks like you still don't understand. I propose that if you had really been walking along the winding way at that time, there's no way you could not have seen this person. Where are you, Pearly? She's 8. Wow.
Take that!
I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Yes? And how is this child relevant? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. Oh? And she just happened to break this urn. Oh. Oh, well wait, she broke the urn? Yep, she accidentally knocked it over with her ball. No. And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What? She put it over her head, you can see it. Miss Miney. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. Grr. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar. That's so great. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? Everything. About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? No. No way. Nope. Your lies end here. What do you... The witness says that during the actual murder she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible, because there is clearly a contradiction here. Contradiction? Where is this contradiction? In the testimony just now. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We'd gone to call the police. So, like, what does that, like, have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know that fact? Huh? How? I concede that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the winding way. But, look at the matter guide map. If one were to go between the side room and channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question. Oh, look at her. Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put it out on the table, Miss Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. Only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Miney. So now is the time to prove it. Whew. Now then, Miss Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? She was in the channeling chamber.
Take that!
Miss Miney was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. Order. That's why. That is, Mr. Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eenie Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? Behind the scene. Give me the thumb.
Take that!
Here, of course. Behind the folding screen. Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Oh, she's tearing that hat apart. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, Slimeball. Now, Miss Miney. One so young as you shouldn't be saying, "Shut it, Gramps," if you know exactly how old I am. Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. Oh, nice. That makes it easy for us.
Take that!
Miss Miney. Have I got a stream boost or a now? The last couple of stream boosts I've gotten have been like this, like at the end of stream. Man. How are you able to hide yourself at the scene? Crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. Ah, that tiny little box. No person could fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Logic disproved you when she was hiding from me and...
Objection!
But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. It wasn't there that time. Mr. Wright? Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? I can. I now present one piece of evidence that will prove. This clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
Take that!
Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. This... what on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole. About 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height. That's right. But this is to open your eyes as to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. Went through the screen and into the box. Miss Miney, you are hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. For your chance to kill Dr. Gray. What order, so what you're saying? Then Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Miney? That's exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Miney. You were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey. She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No! Stop! I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. Didn't flee the scene of the crime, she just went back into the clothing box. It's not possible for one person to do that all by herself. Well, correct, it's not possible. It probably was, actually. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow! Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait. Miss Wankama, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? You can't be serious. Huff. Miss Miney, you had an accomplice.
Take that!
Take that! It's pretty good, isn't it, Randy? This person. If it wasn't someone from Kurain Village, you couldn't have got the costume. And if it wasn't someone from Fey household, you wouldn't have had that box to use. Maybe the costume. Morgan, Fey. Isn't that a wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney? Grr! Grr! You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? Hey Alice, how you doing? Oh, she's screaming. There's the flashbacks. Now, I'm still wondering if she's actually Mimi Miney. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. Maya was drugged already. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with strong sleeping agent, like a chloroform. Then she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Oh, and then while she was putting... Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. That's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Bang. He was lying... Oh, he was lying down. Yep. He was not dead. Yep. He fired a shot at his attacker. That is where the hole in the folding screen was so low on the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray. Bang. Shot him in the forehead. After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Yeah... Still, that photo, I'm really annoyed at this photo because she was standing over here when we broke into the room looking at us. So she couldn't have been standing here at all. I could understand if she was standing there facing away from us. That would solve all of this. But they've got her standing in the wrong spot of the room. Miss Marnie, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Miss Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fay chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry before there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder. Ha. Who is that laughing at a time like this? Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving? Nice line. Great line. What is it this time? Miss Von Karma. Surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium? She doesn't have the link yet. Are you putting on this whole act? What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's... come on, Phoenix, even you know this one. Yeah, that's right. It's exactly what I was going to say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Inimani want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her motive? Like, that's exactly what I want to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. You do have a motive. Yeah, okay, come on. The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. There it is. Probably even present the other profile.
Take that!
Huh? Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix, right? Just great. Now even she is calling by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Yes! Because through that accident you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid, no one has proof of that. Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I want to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps. Like, I'm going to explain, so, like, please listen, okay? Wow, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Welcome, Gaming Candies, Bouja, Shinobi, It's Aspect, and Mr. X. It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. Much love, dude. Appreciate the support, man. I wanted revenge, then I wouldn't have had waited this long. And besides, like, the guy thought of a spirit thing was like Dr. Gray. It was like a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know. She's back to her airhead persona. However you see... Ouch! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. Wait, what? I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated and she has no motive in the first place. She does have motive. It's a revenge. It's revenge. That's the motive. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with the plan. There is! You don't even have any truly decisive piece of evidence to demonstrate your point. Tisk, tisk. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. What happened? I thought I had it for sure. See, like, it's just as I, like, told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Hope you like your piece of crow you're gonna get. Very well, I conclude the cross-examination of Miss Eenie Miney. Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute. Alright. Can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Hey, Adam Sims, how you doing? Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But, you know, regardless, the girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There is a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it's also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I? Can I really do this? Yes, I can. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. Ha ha ha. Too bad you're too late. My cross-examination has already ended after all. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. But what? You're supposed to be on my side. Ah! Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. Yeah. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness, so help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We'll continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a sec here. Whoa. I don't know, guys. It's getting late.